It's almost time. So while you're waiting, get a piece of paper out, something to write with. I don't care if it's a pencil, pen, marker, lipstick. I don't care what it is. Then get your movie ready to where all you have to do is press play and get any snacks and drinks you want while waiting, because we're gonna have a blast once we start. Enjoy.
Hey, we are back. I told you guys it'd be fast. Alrighty, so now that I think about the Andor episode, that was a longer one, and I enjoyed it. That was good. But now we are on to Star Wars Tales of the Jedi. The first one being Life and Death. So I believe this is one of the longer ones. So let's get right into it. Episode 1, 3, 2, 1, go! Ooh! It's almost like you can tell it's animated. With the little intro there. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. I'm excited, guys. I really am. Oh, let's get it! Yeah, it better be like all no slow pace stuff. Just all boom, boom, boom since they're short. Right to it. No fluff. Unless it's good fluff. Well, he looks way different than what he did in the Clone Wars. Boom! Let's get it. Life and death. Look at that cycler rifle. The animation style is a little bit different, though. I mean, I did realize that in the trailer, but there were some parts that looked really similar, so I wasn't sure. But now, like watching the final result, there are parts that look quite different from it. Which is a little bit of a bummer because I do prefer the Clone Wars art style better. It's close, but it's not quite there. At least at certain points. I just realized I'm on has the wrong thing. Alright. I can change it real quick just because there's nothing happening really. Respect all life, Ahsoka. There you go. They're shorts, man. Get on with it. I mean, I would normally wouldn't be this picky if it's a full-on thing, but these are shorts, so come on. Damn, put it out of its misery. Put it out of its misery, bro. So they just do that just to show them? Hmm. Okay, I was about to say, like, you're just gonna let it sit there in pain till it dies. Shoot it. What are you looking at for? Shoot it, bro. And she said, for luck. I really like this idea. I think they tried to do something like this in Rebels, but I think epically failed. With like the wolf cats or whatever they're called. Hmm. I don't know how I felt about that part. Like it was gonna eat her after saving her. That doesn't make sense. I know they're trying to hint towards like what Force Connect since it was gonna eat her or whatever, but that it just doesn't add up because she hasn't had training, you know, she's not gonna know how to do all that. That's so weird. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. Maybe if it didn't necessarily rely, yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Is this gonna be it for the first one? Well, I just checked to see how much time's left, and it pretty much looks like it. Oh. Yeah, nah, I don't like that. I couldn't have thought of anything better that made more sense. Yeah, I wasn't a big. Sorry, Dave Filoni. I don't know about that one. I didn't like that. I wasn't a big fan of that story, to be honest. Hopefully the next one's better. And I'll explain why, too. Season 1, Episode 2, Justice. Alright, here. It's on autoplay. 1 second. I need to pause it. Alright, so let's talk about that for a second. I'm going to explain why I didn't like, really, Episode 1. The main part really being the story. I don't really get it. I don't get what they were really... actually, I do understand what they were going for. I just don't think it really makes much sense. Because they're doing their normal cultural tradition thing, right? Ahsoka's a little over a year old. They're going to hunt. You know, showing her about not to fear death if it's going to happen, right? They go kill whatever that creature was. And then obviously, I'm going to call it the big tiger, right? I don't know what that creature's called. Obviously, it's way bigger than a tiger. Looks way more dangerous as well. But we're just going to call it the big tiger as a placeholder right now, since I don't know the name of it. I'm sure it's probably something from Legends or something we might have seen before, but I can't think of where that is. I don't know. It might be new. Who knows? But it basically showed that it was trying to, just be a big tiger and kill, what for its meal or whatever, felt threatened, whatever. That made sense. What doesn't make sense is after pretty much just trying to, kill the mom, it went for Ahsoka and took Ahsoka, purposely not killing her, and just took her away. I was actually for it at that point. I'm like, ooh, now we're actually kind of seeing. That's why I mentioned as we were watching it, this was almost like what they try to do in Rebels. I feel like with the whole canon thing, right? With the wolf cats or whatever and Ezra, but I think it was horribly executed in Rebels. I'm like, they might be doing it better here, which obviously not. But at the time, I was thinking, okay, yeah, I think this is gonna work because it's basically showing the will of the Force and pretty much the power of the Force, and like it can control certain animals, tell it, what to do and things like that, right? So it makes sense if there was a point to it, right? Like the animal takes it and something happens. But nothing really happens. With the exception of it almost like switches and like so the big tiger brought it to its home or whatever, and then all of a sudden was going to just eat it. So I guess something did happen. It just doesn't make sense. So all of a sudden it just switches up. And then what I got from that is almost like Ahsoka did like the Force connect, right? Where you can connect with animals and stuff through the Force. And obviously once she did that, she was able to take control of it and bring it to her village, and she's there safe and everything, and made it go, which doesn't really make much sense at all, because then since the big tiger, all of a sudden, like I said, there's no point to it. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Maybe it makes sense to you guys, and maybe you can explain it to me. But the big tiger took Ahsoka, right? All of a sudden, it changes up, which why that doesn't. What was the point? If it's all of a sudden going to eat her, why not just eat her right then and there? It's an animal. It's not going to be like, oh, let me take you to my home and I'm going to eat you in peace alone. You know what I mean? Like, that don't make sense. It's almost like the tiger was giving her an opportunity to do that, right? She does it, And my problem with that is that she's just over 1 years old. You know, she doesn't know how to. First off, it's one thing to have the Force, and another thing to do a Force power that you need training to do. You know, I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to show how powerful Ahsoka is at 1 year old. 1 years old. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, it just felt the story didn't really make much sense to me. You know, like she shouldn't be able to do Force Connect right now. You know, not just for it to save her life, but to literally control it, bring it back to her, let that big tiger bring her to the village, and then leave without having its natural instinct come back in. Like, too many wishy-washy. I didn't like it. If I had to give it my personal canon stamp of approval, as sad as that is, man, I'm gonna have to say no. Which is sad, because it seemed like this is as close as we were gonna get to some more Clone Wars. I was really happy, really excited for Tales of the Jedi, and that just doesn't really fit really in lore, unless I'm missing something completely. And please try and convince me. Please try and make it make sense for me, because for the points I just mentioned, the story doesn't make much sense to me. I could, yeah. So weird, man. Anyways, let's get into episode 2. 3, 2, 1, go. Hopefully 2 is better. I'm really hoping so, at least. Let's hope. Justice. That's what it's called. Count Dooku. Ooh, Qui-Gon, let's get it. Yeah. Dude, the potential for this episode, man. Dude, I really wish we could have seen more of that combination, man. Oh. Yeah, the art style is definitely different a little bit. That's actually a decent intro right there. I think they can hit this right on the nose. $210. See? Keepers of the peace. That's what they're supposed to be. See what happens. There we go. This is kind of sick, man. Oh, oh man. Oh, snap. Dude, I'm getting chills right now. Oh, he's making him suffer, man. Oh. Oh. Dang, man. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. They captured Dooku, Qui-Gon. Oh, so good. The politics involved at play. Oh, mwah. That was a good short, man. Oh, that was good. I am a sucker for Dooku and Qui-Gon, man. I really am. Oh, it's such a huge opportunity too. Oh, just getting chills thinking about the different scenarios. Even they could actually bring in Dooku with the Mandalorians and stuff, because I don't know if you guys know about the legend story about that, but Dooku was one of the leading Jedi that came to help, but really the bad guys like told them a lie, and they went to go fight the good guys, which was actually the side of Jango Fett, and Jango Fett was one of the only survivors at that time. That's the one where he killed six Jedi with his bare hands. Oh, that's so cool, man. Uh oh, the potential, man. The potential. Oh, I'm getting so many chills. That was so good. Oh, it's such a bummer, man, to see that we don't get more of that type of content. It'd be so easy story wise. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of the stories are actually there in Legends. They just gotta bring it to the big screen. You know what I mean? Stop, reset, get ready for episode 3. Choices. 3, 2, 1, go. That was a solid episode. 2 gets the stamp of approval, so 1 doesn't, 2 does. 3 is choices. Oh, oh, Dooku and Qui-Gon, man. I want to see more so bad. They could literally just make a Dooku and Qui-Gon show. Ooh, that music. Oh, what an intro. That's well done. And I'd love to see them two together as well. Mace and Dooku. This just shows the potential. Oh, they could just do a whole show. Dude, this is what the Star Wars fans want, man. What episode 2 brought. What episode is 3 is bringing. This is the stuff. This is the juice. This is the way. I would want to follow protocol. What are you, a robot, Mace Windu? Boy, he was really uptight around this time, though, huh? From what you can remember. Oh, it is nice to see Windu with some of those moves, though. There, I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like Dooku just didn't turn to the dark side off of one little thing, man. It's multiple missions, multiple different seeds that get watered over time. You know what I mean? Uh, and it's nice just seeing some of these missions. That's true. Yeah, but what he's talking about the Jedi. Yes, talking about you, but also the Jedi Council, and you know what he's talking about, Mace. You're just trying to make your little head, your conscience feel better. I mean, Windu eventually catches on, obviously, around episode 3 time. Even a little bit towards the start of the Clone Wars as well. Huh. Wow. Wow, man. So true, though. Alright, episode 3 gets a stamp. Stamp of approval by the Grey Jedi. 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 Oh, man. So, episode 1, not good. 2 and 3, pretty good. Sorry, really good. I enjoyed 2 better than 3, but it's all good. Episode 4, though, ready, set, and boom. The Sith Lord. Here we go. Keep going with Dooku, man. Keep going. I'm down for that. I want to see a little bit more of Qui-Gon though. Dooku and Qui-Gon. Dooku and Qui-Gon. It brings a lot, man. The politics stuff gets messy to think about. Oh wow. So he's already kind of turned at this point. Wow. Oh, this is during episode 1. Oh, yes. Oh man, that's awesome. Oh, I just thought of something amazing that they could do. Oh, this is all coming together like glue. It is. I gotta say, it is so nice to see Qui-Gon though. Love the time frame on this one. This is so cool, man. What if his death sends Dooku over the edge, man? That's what I was thinking before, but just to see that, oh man, the chills. Oh, I'm telling you, man, this is what we want. Finally. Just thanks for giving us what we've been asking for. Just how everything turns out, man. It's crazy. Star Wars is so good, man. No way that's okay. That's I'll say no way that's it. That's just the intro. Let's get it. I'd have been so mad, bro, if that was the full episode. Oh man. Oh, we should get a whole show off of this, dude. Oh yeah. Yes, he does. Yeah. Oh. Yaddle, why are you doing this, bro? Why are you following him? She's asking for trouble, dude. Why? What, you gonna double check on him now? Like, let him get his air. Give him his time, man. Sheesh. What, you think he's suspicious now, or what? You care about him? Oh, there's so much to take in right now. My brain's like in overload. Oh. Oh. Brutal. Oh. Oh, this is so good. Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was about to say, you must have like. Wow. Wow. So many chills right now. But I was say she must have been drained if that just killed her. You know what I mean? Oh. Oh wow, bro. It's okay. In the next episode, she's gonna come back to life, guys, because lightsabers with Disney. Oh man. Oh, dude. Okay, I gotta pause that one. I gotta pause it. Oh, there's so much to take in. Oh man. There's only one thing that I need to take in right now. Everything just mwah. And I'm not saying what I'm about to say is bad. I'm just thinking about it. Oh man. Bro sounds like he's about to bust over, dude. Oh, this is good. This is probably the best Star Wars, honestly. You know, I think this might actually top the final 4 episodes of season 7 of Clone Wars season 7. Here's the thing though. I'm gonna actually just straight up say it because I think it's true. This is the best Star Wars Disney has done. And the reason why I say that, the reason why I say that is because season 7 was already kind of done. They didn't really do that. There wasn't much creativeness there. You know what I mean? I'm sure they adjusted some things, but it was pretty much already done. I don't believe these are Clone Wars episodes. I believe this is just strictly new stuff. You know what I mean? Han Solo and Rogue One crying right now. Hey, I love the Solo movie. I love Rogue One. I'm not saying this is the only thing they've done good at. I'm just saying that I really do believe that this is the best thing they've done in Star Wars, just in general. I think this tops Rogue One. I think this tops Solo. This tops literally everything they've done, and I am so happy. This is what I feel like we've been asking for a very long time. And they're shorts, but it's so good. Episode 1 doesn't even get my personal canon stamp of approval. That's bad. Episode 2 nails it. Episode 3 nails it. Episode 4 nails it. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Like, I can't express how happy I am right now. Oh, man. Like, Disney, you need to make more of this. I don't know what you guys have... Like, why have you waited this long, first off, to give us more Dooku and Qui-Gon Jinn? And the time frame, tying it with episode 1, oh, it's great. My only thing that I'm thinking about right now, it's like a prequel to the prequels, right? But not just that, it's also like happening during the prequels. You know what I mean? So this is like one of my favorite time frames of Star Wars. You know what I mean? And what's going on in my head right now is the fact that it's like, I understand in the past missions, we saw 2 of them. We saw 2 different ones. I'm sure there was more, way more than 2. I'm sure there's probably close to 100 or something, at least, of different missions that have planted seeds to where Dooku's stance on the Jedi Council and the politics and the Senate and all this other stuff, right? And they've been watered over this time. And obviously we got to see a couple of those missions to, see where he's turning to the dark side. But the only thing that's kind of bothering me a little bit was the fact that he was already in like cahoots with Dooku was already in cahoots with the Emperor at this time, and he knows about Maul, right? And he knows Qui-Gon already confronted him. And it's kind of hard. Like, I'm trying to figure out what Dooku is feeling right now, because he loved Qui-Gon, you know what I mean? He didn't want him to die. It felt like to me that Dooku would be a little bit more upset with Palpatine. You know what I mean? He definitely questioned him once he saw him, right? And I mean, he said, I paid for apprentice, you paid for apprentice, this is the price of it. But I do feel like Dooku, I feel like there needed to be a little bit more of... It's so hard because they're shorts, right? We're only seeing a limited time, a tiny bit. But I wanted to see more of like... I'd rather it be like... Instead of him being cahoots before that, I'd rather it be like... Qui-Gon's death is what finally sent him over the edge, right? I mean, he didn't know that Darth Maul was going to kill him. But at the same time, I feel like that would have also made, like... I don't know. I feel like Qui-Gon... Or why do I keep saying Qui-Gon? I feel like Dooku would have... I feel like he was really close to joining Yaddle, but I feel like it was giving me vibes of like Anakin Skywalker, right? It almost felt like, he's done too much to kind of turn back now, There's almost like Obi-Wan trying to bring Anakin back. Like, it's not happening. They've gone too far type of deal. So I understand that, but I just feel like Qui-Gon's death to him would have resulted in something a little bit more than what we saw. And I'm not saying it's a problem, because maybe it does impact something, but maybe we haven't seen it. But I really wish... I just got to think about that more. You know what I mean? Young Dooku is cold, to be honest. It kind of reminds me of Anakin and Kenobi. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're getting a lot of those vibes, but it's funny. The channel being, the Gray Jedi, myself being, the Gray Jedi, I absolutely love to see this part of Star Wars that they don't typically focus on, right? The vast majority of the point of view, right, is Jedi good, Sith bad. When in reality, when you look at what Dooku's going through and his apprentice, being Qui-Gon Jinn, they start to see that, no, the Jedi really aren't good. They're supposed to be good, but there's a lot of flaws that are being influenced by politics and things like that, right? And that's where it also brings in the Gray Jedi being a point of view, right? It's not that they're actually necessarily in between the light and the dark, even though it may seem like that. And yes, it could also mean that at the same time. It's all about point of view. Really, what Gray Jedis do is they follow the Force. It's really basically the light side of the Force, the right side of the Force, right? But it's not with this man-made code attached to it like the Jedi do, And same thing with the Sith. The problem with Anakin and Dooku is they just go from one side to the other thinking it's going to fix it, right? Qui-Gon can kind of see... I don't know, like I'm saying, there's just so much to think about right now, right? Because Qui-Gon can obviously see Dooku's actions, but he didn't go as far as going to the Sith. He's more along the lines of, I'm keeping my distance from the Council. I definitely want to follow the Force. I don't care what the Council says. That's why he was going to train Anakin regardless, right? But I almost wonder how would Qui-Gon feel if he found out that Dooku went to the Sith side? Oh man, that's what I'm saying. They can make a show out of this. It'd be so good. There's tons of what ifs. I'm not really going to think about that one too much in depth right now because obviously Qui-Gon died. But I can't get over basically what I was mentioning before of just Dooku being kind of like, okay, I'm a little upset that you killed Qui-Gon, but I feel like he would have had a crazier reaction, man. I really do. I think what could have been better, I think they could have written this a little bit better to the point where Qui-Gon dies and that's the last straw for him to be like, okay, I'm going to, Sidious. You know what I mean? Like, that way he doesn't realize that Sidious, you let Maul kill him. I don't know, it's such a touchy subject, man. It can go either way, actually, now that I think about it. I gotta think about that a lot more. I'm gonna sit on that. one. Wasn't Dooku already a Sith before Qui-Gon died? I mean, no, not necessarily. We didn't necessarily know that. We didn't see him in episode 1 as a Jedi. We know that much. But they explained that in this episode. They showed him not going to the funeral. He went there, And obviously, same thing with Yaddle. So, define Sith, right? I mean, technically, I guess he's a Sith because he's fully turned at that point. He killed Yaddle. You know what I mean? At what point do you turn from Jedi to Sith, right? That can be a little bit of a thoughtful talk. But yeah, I mean, this all happened during episode 1. So I guess you could argue that, yeah, he is a Sith. And I guess you could argue that it's like, no, he's still there with the Jedi, but no, I feel he's a Sith, man. He just killed Yaddle. He had to. Yeah. I'd say, yeah, he's a Sith beforehand, but Qui-Gon didn't know that. The Jedi didn't know that. I mean, Yaddle just found out. And this is like end of episode 1. You know what I mean? I guess you can still push him over the edge. Right, like I feel like he's already there kind of the edge, but what I mean by the edge is him going to Sidious. That's what I mean by edge, right? Like he's been kind of done with the Jedi. He's over with the Senate taking over. They're just carrying out what they say and stuff like that. He's already over that. But especially with, like, he mentioned the Qui-Gon, they had the conversation about Sith Lords. I've been trying to tell the Council, about the Sith Lords and stuff. They didn't listen to him. And Yaddle even was explaining some of the flaws there, which I thought was kind of interesting that she stepped down from the Jedi Council as well. I thought that was very interesting. And I care a lot more about Yaddle now. Way more. And I was about to say, I thought Yaddle, if she really died by the door closing, I figured that, okay, she just got tired her out or something, because anyone could really use the Force to do that, right? So I just thought that she would have put up more of a fight for that, but I am so glad they basically just said, nope, she's going to open the door with the Force, and then now she's going to be completely drained, and he just takes her out. That was so much better. So whoever decided to do that instead of the door just finishing her off, way better. Really, really enjoyed that one. Qui-Gon's death was so lame, in my opinion. It's a hard, I mean, I could see why, because he's such a cool character, man. But I see why the way he went out as well. I don't think it's lame if you understand the full-on depth of it. Him meditating before, he's one with the Force, man. He, obviously didn't complete his training, doesn't get his visual form. Well, I guess the show Kenobi scrapped that, but it's okay. The show Kenobi isn't not in our personal canon, so we're not going off that. Yeah, Dooku was doing it in secret, and the show basically have shown that already. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I 100% agree with that. I think that should be it. I'm just trying to figure out, like, I just don't see Dooku being like, hey, Sidious, basically what he did. Like, why did you allow Maul to kill Qui-Gon? I feel like he'd be more upset, This is like his son, pretty much. You know what I mean? Or his brother. I just feel like he would have had a crazier reaction. And maybe it could have been like he blames the Jedi for his death, and that's when he goes full on Sidious. Hey, I'm hitting you up. I already had my. And then he starts deleting the stuff from Kamino. I mean, yeah, because there's still there's 10 years, 10-year gap from episode 1 to 2. That could work. Imagine Qui-Gon Jinn versus Dooku. That'd be interesting. I wonder what they would have to, like, fight about. Because I feel like they would agree on a whole lot. That could be a really good what-if thing. There's a lot of what-ifs I'm thinking. I'm just trying... I just can't get over the fact that he's like, okay, Dooku... Or, I keep getting the names mixed up. I don't know why. Dooku... I just can't get over Dooku basically telling Palpatine, okay, let me prove my loyalty to you again. Right after... I mean, I get the loyalty thing. He doesn't believe him, right? But it's like... Qui-Gon just died. You know what I mean? I just feel like he wouldn't have just been that calm about it, is basically what I'm saying. That's the only problem I have. And it's not necessarily lore breaking or anything. I'm just... Because I feel like I have a really good grasp of the Dooku character. I'm just trying to figure out why he would react the way he did and not be so upset. I mean, obviously he's upset, but he didn't really show it. Yeah, he blames the Jedi, but I mean, obviously he had a hand in it. Don't you think he'd feel a little guilty having a hand in it that he knew about Maul and didn't give Qui-Gon an extra heads up? That's the only thing I didn't like about it, man. Now that I'm thinking about this. Other than that, it was great. Super entertaining. I thought it was really good. But man, that bothers me. That's the most annoying thing, when they nail the episode and there's just one thing that just doesn't really add up to the character for me. Unless it's like what I said before, he kind of goes about it off screen. Maybe it still happens, because I will say everything just kind of happened fast, right? Like, he just gets there. He's obviously going there to be like, hey, what's up? We're doing our meeting here, but I'm gonna bring up why did you kill Qui-Gon? He's trying to see his point of view or whatever, I guess, right? Go in there, and then Yaddle all of a sudden shows up after they talk about the stuff. So maybe he's just basically like what I said. He's gone too far to stop now, and maybe he hasn't really processed Palpatine's hand in it, as well as his hand in Qui-Gon's death. I'm going to go with that. That way it makes me feel better. He's still processing it, still fresh. That hurts my brain. I guess. And then we see him basically think about it off screen. Would be cool for training scenes, absolutely. I agree. All right, let's get into episode 5 here. But does that make sense though? Like, 3, 2, 1, go. I don't know. I'll think about it on the downtime of this episode. We got practice makes perfect. Let's do it. I feel like Yaddle was really close to turning him though. But it was just like, I've gone too far to stop now. Especially with Qui-Gon's death, you know? Run, Anakin, run! That's right. Practice for Order 66. Oh, there we go. I feel like the art style is already much better. Oh, Kanan. They had to put in that Easter egg, of course. Didn't they kind of meet in Rebels or something? That's why Rebels just so many retcons and stuff. It's so bad. Unorthodox. Just standing there watching them. Oh, man. Good intro. I like it. Practice makes perfect. Let's get into it. Oh, it's so nice to see Rex again. I love this. Jesse, let's go. Dude, I am loving this too much. Boom. Last episode makes sense now. I'm good. Basically, Dooku goes too far. And can't turn back. That's how he feels. Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Realizes he can't take it back, you know? That's cool. Just getting Clone Wars flashbacks, man. Like how they're doing it over time, too, you know? I think that's a really good idea. Oh, getting it. Yeah. Season 7. Ah, that's cool. Something we haven't seen before. That's cool. That was a neat little touch. That was cool. I enjoyed that episode. Short, but it was good. And by the way, last episode makes sense completely now. Boom. Basically, it comes down almost like Anakin's. You know, it was like... Let's start episode 6. But it was basically like Anakin's. You know what I mean? Like, you've gone too far to kind of turn back. Yes, you processed it. Yes, if maybe you knew that information beforehand, you wouldn't have done it. But you didn't. You know? Nothing he could have done. You know? His goal is to basically... get rid of the dogmatic view of the Jedi. You know what I mean? And him joining the Jedi with Yaddle isn't going to do that. He thought maybe the Sith might. Makes sense though. Aw, Padme's dead. So episode 3 time frame, I like it. Last episode too, by the way. It's called Resolve. So episodes 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll get the personal canon stamp of approval. Oh, wow. It's kind of nice to see, though. And sad at the same time. Oh. Oh, man. Those clones, bro. Oh, man. Like, what? Please contact me. Like, what? I'm contacting you. It's so nice to see that they're still there, kind of in the movies, but not in the movies or behind the scenes, you know? That's cool. I really like to see that. Nice intro. Tales of the Jedi. Resolve. So yeah, the only problem I have so far has to do with episode 1. Why are you still holding her hand out like that? She should, at this stage though, she should be powerful enough to not be able to like have to reach out her hand. You know what I mean? Especially when trying not to be noticed. Hmm. You're dead now, Sonny. Why does she have her hand out for extended periods of time? Why? There's no point. What? He knows of her now? What, you know her? Like, who's this Inquisitor? Are they not gonna show his face? They're gonna have that ridiculous mask? So it's just gonna be some mysterious Inquisitor? And it's done just like that? Why is it going in mini screen? Darn it. Rebel time. Join the Rebel Alliance. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That's pretty good music too. Last episode was okay. Most probably, but the last episode is so cold and it's probably the best in my opinion. Oh, I'd say definitely not the best. It's so weird though. Like I'm already not a big fan of Inquisitors to begin with. They're just stupid. I think the idea of them is not very. It's not. I don't think it's a very good idea, to be honest, to be introduced into Star Wars at this time frame with everything going on. I just don't like Inquisitors. I think the idea, like I said, is stupid. And one of these Inquisitors, who I mean, I don't know. I don't care really to learn about the Inquisitors, so maybe you guys may know him. From what I know, that's a new Inquisitor. Who is he? Why does he know Ahsoka? You know, okay, maybe my best guess is some Jedi turned, you know, Inquisitor, I guess, you know. Yeah, I mean, it was okay, just adding stuff. My only thing is I'm trying to see if this gets my personal canon stamp of approval, because I don't really have any problems with it. You know, I just don't like the Inquisitor. But it does fit in lore. It does fit in lore. The real question, does my lore really contain Inquisitors, right? Do they? I think there can be some creative, nice ideas with the Inquisitors, but I don't think it's executed well. I think that's a better way of putting it. I just don't understand the whole point. I know they're just giving us extra stuff, but why waste it on a story like this? Like, who cares about Ahsoka killing this Inquisitor that we've never seen before? Yeah, he has like a cool looking mask. Is that even a mask? Is it a mask? I thought it was a mask, but that's weird, man. It's weird. I'm gonna just go with that. The Jedi happen to know Ahsoka. This is one of the Jedis that happened to turn. And Jedi hunting. So I'm gonna give it the personal canon stamp of approval. Works within lore. Definitely, I think this is the worst episode with the given stamps. In other words, 1 being the worst. So episodes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I will all give my personal canon stamp of approval. 1 does not get it. It doesn't make sense. So 1, I'm gonna, I want to check real quick. Is there even a tier list thing? Tales of the Jedi tier list. Let's see if there's already one made. Recent Star Wars tier list, possibly? Is there a Tales of the Jedi one already? Is there characters? Some more characters. Clone Wars episodes, duels. Not seeing one. Should be a search here. Whatever. Oh, there it is. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. That's alright. Alright, so I was going to do a tier list right now, just, so you guys can see it. I'll still do it, but they don't have one made. I don't want to try and go make one right now. So here we go. I'm just going to rate them from worst to best. Coming in at last place, we got episode 1, Life and Death. The second one is going to be episode 6, Resolve. Episode 3 is going to be Practice Makes Perfect. And this is where it actually gets hard. We got episode 4, 5, and 6. If I did not continue to think about episode 4, I probably would have put that one next. But now that everything makes sense to me, I understand Dooku's state of mind. It makes sense. It works. I think it's up in the air between episodes 2 and 4. 3 had some good moments though, but I think I'm going to have to say 4th place is going to be, or number 4 is going to be Choices, episode 3. Next one up, I'm going to have to give episode 2, Justice. And in first place, number 6 is going to be episode 4, The Sith Lord. I think episode 4 was by far the best one. Then episode 2, then 3, then 5, then 6, then 1. I think that is a solid. That's it. That's where my thoughts are with it. 2 through 6 get my stamp. 1 doesn't. Get better, number 1. So sad, because if number 1 was done right, then I would be able to say Star Wars Tales of the Jedi is the best piece of Disney Star Wars. And the reason why I say that is Disney Star, because I don't really include season 7 really much of Disney. I mean, it is, but at the same time, a lot of it's kind of rip-offs. You know what I mean? Tales of the Jedi, I don't believe I've seen any of this. I believe this is actually done, this is like actual original. This wasn't by Lucas. I'm sure it had some ideas, right? But, I mean, anybody can have ideas. You know what I mean? So, well done. 2, 3, and 4, man. Make a show about stinking Dooku and him as a Jedi and him bringing up Qui-Gon as a Padawan and all the way up to the Return of the Dark Side. We literally got 2 missions of that, and also him a part of where he's at in episode 1 when he's deleting Kamino, you know, Qui-Gon's death, why he's not there at the funeral, all that stuff, how Yaddle dies. Interesting. My only thing, hold on, I want to pull up something because now that I think about it, hold on, I gotta see this. I gotta pull up episode 1 now. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I think Yaddle was actually there at the funeral in episode 1 for Qui-Gon. Wasn't she? Because now that doesn't make any sense because he left like during the funeral, I believe, right? I mean, yeah. It does show at night, so maybe it happened at night, but it doesn't matter because she died. I'm gonna look for Yaddle here. Yoda talks to Obi-Wan, goes to the funeral. I thought I remember seeing Yaddle, but I could be wrong. I'm pause and take a look. Yoda's there by Mace. I hope Yaddle's not here. I hope that's just my mind playing tricks on me because I really want it to work. I'm looking in the background, looking at all the different shots. I really hope Yaddle's not here. His body burning. Alright, yeah, Yaddle wasn't there. It works. Beautiful. Good stuff. Alrighty, well, that's going to do it for the stream, guys. I'm pretty sure my thoughts pretty much sum it up about that. Best piece of Star Wars Disney's ever done, man. And they're doing good with Andor. It is so nice to have some actual good Star Wars content. Let's just be real. You know, episodes 2 through 6 there. Andor's good. That's all we got going on lately. But it's good. That's good. That's good. I enjoyed Rogue One. I enjoyed Solo, but it's been a while since we've gotten that stuff, you know? So I will catch you all later. May the Force be with you. Always. See you guys on Saturday.